This video is about character traits. Will be less long than the previous one, however, not less important. So, character traits are the distinctive behavior patterns of yourself as well as the people around you. So, allow me to give you sort of a 5-step program to improve or deconstruct the traits that you improve, the ones that you like, deconstruct the ones that you dislike. So 5 steps. First of all, identify character traits that inspire you. So which make you tick, so to say. Then prioritize one at a time. Then set your trait up for success. So how do you build it up, so to say? Make your trait a habit. How does one do that? And then finally, repeat the trait and building the process. Yeah? So 5 things. So by the end, you will know the significance of character traits and how to build them up or build them down. That's what we're going to discuss here. So number 1, how to identify character traits that inspire you. There are several different ways to do this. And in the further readings, we will show you 100 positive character traits and 100 negative character traits. I recommend going through that list and then grade yourself on each of these traits. Do 2 types of grades. One, that you think that your current grade is, like, hey, how do I grade myself in this department right now on this trait, so to say? How honest do I think I am, for example? And then in another color, do one, how do you want to be? So what would your best version or your most ideal version be like? Okay, so that's how you identify them through a list. There are, of course, other ways as well. Take a good look at the people, fictional or non-fictional. It could be a cartoon hero for that matter. I use a few of them because they are pushed to their extremes, so their character comes out more vividly. But look in your surrounding for persons that inspire you, and also look for your villains, because they inspire you in a negative way. They also make you nervous in some way. They teach you a lot of information. Yeah. So choose a trait that excites you and inspire you. And then I would say, yeah, you have pretty decent list on what kind of character traits there are, as well as on which one suits your need, so to say. Let me check it. Yeah, the long list approach and the hero approach, one could say. Then select one trait. Pick the one that makes the most difference for you in your life. That can be partially based on the wheel of life, as discussed before. So, what area do you need work, and what kind of character trait is needed? This is your balance. You know the answer. You know which one needs to be developed most. If you can't select, then I'd suggest to go with honesty, empathetic, grateful, humility, all the traits of the higher forms of consciousness. Do know that these are also the more difficult to incorporate, because it requires a certain stepping level. It's not like you can read a book on day 1 when you learn how to read. So the same goes with those traits. They might require a bit of more work. However, they are worth their while. Yep, but perhaps pick the one that your balance requires you to work on, so to say. This monkey is sort of in the way, but hey. So, part 3, set your trait up for success. Let us both check. Oh yeah, so you are your surrounding, so to say. Everything is energy, you are energy as well. So be sure that your environment that you want to practice your new trait in match the traits. So if you want to gain more clarity and more peace of calmness, definitely don't go to the carnival, so to say. But also, if you want to be more proactive, don't hang around with the lazy people, so to say. And the same, if you want to become more honest, surround yourself with honest people. Do the honest things. And then the trick is just execute. Just do it. If you want to be more honest, be more honest. Have the courage to do so. The same goes for the other traits as well. It might help if you communicate with your loved ones in your surrounding that you're starting a new trait. So all of a sudden they are not like surprised by your new attitude, and they might help and be able to give you some feedback as well. Because there is one thing that might hold you back, and that's the people in your surrounding, because other people in your surrounding have a certain fixed image of you. So you are person A, and person A always shows that behavior. If you start deviating from that behavior, they need to change their pattern, and pattern changement requires mental energy, and not everybody tends to go that well with mental energy. So all of a sudden, if you stop drinking or stop smoking or whatever, respect some negative feedback as well. Huh? You stop drinking? Well, no, just randomly, explaining from my own experience when I stopped sugar, for example, or drinking or whatsoever. Yeah. So set your trait up for success and build your environment, so to say. Yeah. But the key is take action. So let me repeat myself. The key is take action. So that might be clear. Of course, number 4, track and assess your progress. So journal. That's like the short version of it. It's important to remember that when you work on a character trait, that you track your process and your progress as well. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so track your process. Sorry, I will wrap this one up. And then rinse and repeat. Repeat. So a 30-day plan would be identify the character traits that inspire you. Do that in the first 3 days. Prioritize one at a time in day 4 to 6, so to say. Then from 7th day, set them up for success. Do the things as discussed. And then finally make it a habit in the days to come by tracking it and repeating. The key here is execution. Rewire the neural pathways in your brain. It's sort of like a big jungle out there. And if you make a new habit or a new character trait, it's like you're crossing a path through the jungle only once. If you do it only once, the jungle will just be as thick as it was. But if you keep passing the jungle, you will formulate your pathway and you will make a new brain connection. And then before you know it, you will have a route that connects places inside your brain that were never connected before, which means you're creating way more new opportunities for yourself in life. So that's a wrap. Recap, conclusion. Do the following things. Identify the character traits that genuinely inspire you. Prioritize one at a time. Avoid trying to do multiple times because it's hard. Give yourself a bit of slack. If you feel like it, then you should do it, but don't be hard on yourself if you fail. And definitely refrain from judging anyhow when you encounter setbacks in any form. Yeah, we're all human, we're all fall, but that's part of our superpower. We get back up again. So remember that the rewards of personal growth are worth the dedication, and it's a long-term game. So on behalf of Monkey and me, thank you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.